I've had these CMF minifigures for about a month now, so I think finally it's time that most of my opinions are formed, and it's time to rank them from worst to best. So, let's get started. So, sadly, every list has to have a last place, and in last place I'm putting the Plush toy collector. I just think this minifigure is the least interesting out of all of them, because it's just a girl in pyjamas at the end of the day. I know a lot of people are liking these pieces here, and they're appearing in other Lego sets, but I just think they're alright. They're quite a cool new mould, in some quite nice colours, lime green and this blue. But yeah, I just think overall the detailing, it's good that she's got arm printing, two faces. This hairpiece, which it's becoming more common, but I think it's in a new colour pink here. And it's just basically a girl in a onesie. I do think it's, as I say, decent. I just do think it is the least interesting out of the series. Although these two parts are really cool. Like, I think this was like a frog, maybe, because of the green. And then maybe this is like a bear or something. But yeah, this minifigure has to take last place. Next up in 11th, we have the Telescope Kid. Now, this minifigure is really cool for one reason. And that is this new arm piece, as we can see here, with the prosthetic hand. And so you can either display her without her prosthetic on or with it. But that's all this minifigure's got going for her, really. The telescope build is pretty cool, but obviously it's just a side build. The main reason you want this is for the figure. I just think no leg printing, the tiniest bit of back printing. I don't know if this is a new face. It might be. So if it's a new face, that is pretty cool. And then just a Lego City hairpiece. The parts individually are like just a bit average. Well, yeah, as I say, other than the arm, I do really like the rocket printing on. And obviously the telescope build is pretty cool, but yeah, I just don't think there's much going for this minifigure. Next up, we have the Longboarder. Now, this minifigure is pretty cool, but the thing is, if you were just to take away the arm and side leg printing, it could easily just be a Lego City minifigure, which is the one downside. I do really like the longboard piece with the wheels in green. They're pretty cool. You can do some tricks like that. But the arm printing and leg printing does add a lot of nice detail, to be fair, because I think this would easily be last place without the detailing. The hat piece is pretty cool with the green hair. I've not got many minifigures with green hair, so this is quite an interesting piece. As you can see, there's a plaster there on her to show she's cut her face, so it's like falling off of the skateboard or something. She's got the backpack piece that the alien tourist used last year, and I don't think there's much back printing. And yeah, there's once again not much back printing under that, but it doesn't matter because it's getting covered up. So yeah, overall I think it's a decent minifigure. I do think the extra detail does add a lot to this minifigure. Next up, we have got the Cat Lover. And this minifigure is really nice. Once again, my favourite part about this minifigure is probably the cat. Like, look at this cat piece. It is really cool. See, with the fluffy mane and the tail sticking up. But in terms of the actual minifigure, the best part is the sidearm printing. Because I just think it looks really nice and adds a lot of detail to the jumper. As it makes it seem like it actually continues all the way around. As you can see, the blue, pink and white colour scheme is quite nice. I do really like this curtains hairpiece. This is the first time I've got it, and I do really like it. As you can see, his face is a bit scratched up there on one side, and then on the other, it just looks normal and happy. The legs are probably the weakest bit. They're just like plain blue legs with a little bit of fur detailing on, as if the cat's like hair has fallen off onto his legs. But yeah, the cat accessory and arm printing easily are the coolest two parts about this minifigure. Now we have got the Pterodactyl costume, which I do think is the weakest out of all three of the dinosaur costumes, and sadly the only one I have. I just think the legs are very plain other than that toe printing. The back is really plain, because look at that. Just no printing anywhere on the back. A bit of back torso printing would have been very much needed. The arm piece is really cool though. I do like how they've added, it's a new mold with this new wing piece, obviously with the fur and, not fur, but like the printing on the side. The belly printing is just pretty basic, like a round circle. The face I like with like the green lipstick on one side, kind of like pulling an angry expression. And then the headpiece is pretty interesting. I do quite like it, but I think it is the weakest out of the dinosaur ones, just because of the long design of the pterodactyl. It does look a bit silly, especially from some angles. But yeah, I think this minifigure fits just perfectly around about the middle of the list. Next up, we have got the Boogeyman, and this minifigure is pretty cool. I really like his, first of all, obviously, his big, massive face print, obviously, which is a new mold, as you can see where he's got this horns where he can slot in like that. This minifigure is very similar to the Bigfoot and Yeti minifigure. He comes with this book, as you can see, which says Boo on it, and then there's like the story of him inside. Yeah, but other than that, the printing's not... It's just little details of fur printing that mainly get covered up. It's mainly on the legs where the printing matters. It would have been nice for a bit of sidearm printing, but yeah, when most of the budget probably went into making this new headpiece, it is really cool. And it's just overall a good minifigure. I do think the face feels a bit flat, but obviously they need that for the printing. So yeah, there's not really much complaints. I think it fits around about the middle of the list. Next up, we have got Cupid, and as you can see, he is really nice here. Obviously, he's got kind of like his like a robe on there. He's got a bow and arrow in red, which is very nice, and also a heart piece in red. Two very nice pieces to get. I really like his small wing pieces, which are just attached onto a clip, meaning these can be placed onto regular studs like so. He's got a little bit of arm printing, kind of like a clip around the side, which you can see where his robe droops down a bit. He's got like a love heart pin there with arrow going through. I really like this face print with the heart eyes, and then this one's just a regular, looks like a child face. I display it with this one because I think it's more unique. His hairpiece is Jay from Ninjago's in this like light tan color. I believe it's used on a Dreams character. Dual molded legs, obviously with the like to represent his shorts, and the red belt. Overall, this minifigure, all the components go really nicely, and I was definitely shocked getting it in person and how much I liked it. Now, this is where the list gets really hard to choose my favourites, but I've had to put the Pirate Quartermaster here. Get rid of the sword because it's just the basic pirate sword, so nothing special about that. But yeah, this is where the list got really hard for me to choose my favourites. And realistically, from this place to number 2, all the minifigures could easily be swapped, and I probably would like them all an equal amount. But there's got to be a 5th place, and we've got the pirate. So yeah, here's this bird piece, which I really like. I think it's a new mould. It kind of looks like a modern take on the parrot, as you can see here. But obviously, this one is, I think it's supposed to be a different bird, as you can see with the different feathers up here. But yeah, overall, really nice piece. Onto the actual minifigure, the only one with a waist cape, which I don't have many minifigures with waist capes, so they are pretty cool to get. Dual molded arms, as you can see, with the white detailing onto the yellow, with her bracelets on each side. Headband piece is really nice. I think it's a really cool piece. And then obviously her face is looking a bit shocked. Maybe it would have been nice to include an eye patch or something, but I do think this face still works. The torso is really nice in the teal colour, as you can see with all the gold medal detailing on the side with the belt and the gold coins. Dual molded black and red legs also work really well with the gold detailing on with a pouch. Yeah, all the detailing on this minifigure go really well. It has to be 5th place because currently at the time of filming I prefer the others, but as I say, the places 5 to 2 could easily be swapped around. In at number 4, we've got the hamster costume. Now, I really like this minifigure just because I think it's pretty funny. It's a very short minifigure, and obviously the head looks really funny with like the cheeks looking a lot larger. Yeah, this minifigure was one of my favourites when it got revealed, but having some others in person, I prefer them more. But yeah, this one is still really like it's. I like the furry belly on the front there, the dual molded arms, dual molded short legs, a little bit of printing on the back, which would have been nice, maybe a little bit more, but can't argue with that. As you can see, just a little tail there. And then, yeah, the dual molded legs. So overall, it is a really simple minifigure, but I just like it. I don't know why I like it so much, I just do. Yeah, the eyes printed on all. Yeah, most the eye printing and the nose is printed, and I think the teeth are actually molded in because obviously it's dual molded in white and brown. But yeah, overall a really good minifigure. One of my favourite costumes, but it doesn't make the top 3. In at number 2, we've got the Jetpack Racer. Now, this minifigure is easily the most detailed in my opinion. Obviously, with both arm printed, both have got arm printing, both have got side leg printing. Got this brand new molded hat, as you can see here, which looks really nice. The face print actually does remind me of this astronaut here, as you can see there with the face printing there on the other side. This one does have a double face as opposed to the astronaut doesn't. As you can see, this new molded helmet piece looks really nice with the transparent red, so you can see his face through that. The red and blue detailing is all really nice. Yeah, I just think this minifigure is really good. As you can see, the back printing there where the actual jetpack is. It is a shame it actually gets covered up by this thing here, because once again, it does still look really good without it. And yeah, just easily the most detailed, but it only makes 3rd place. In at number 2, we've got the Steampunk Inventor. Now, this is really cool because, well, as you can see, I really like the gold arm, first of all, with this gold attachment. I love the olive green waistcoat and the steampunk design, and the the brown booted legs, as you can see here. Everything looks really good with all the detailing on the clockwork design, the suit underneath. Yeah, this minifigure is really good. I know I keep saying that, but he is really cool. I like his monocle with his goggles on top. The hat is actually backwards because it's just supposed to show it's kind of leaning forwards a bit. And yeah, it's the black tie. Just altogether, I think this minifigure looks really good. I also like how they included arm printing on this sleeve, which realistically they didn't have to, but it just adds a lot of detail. And this accessory as well, covering up some of the printing on the gold arm. But once the steam coming out, it just all fits all really well together. And that's why this minifigure takes second place. And in number one place, if you wouldn't have guessed, it is obviously the Wolfpack Beastmaster, or whatever, the Wolf Knight. This minifigure is incredible. Let's start off with the accessory. For this to come in such a cheap minifigure, because this piece is a brand new for this minifigure, I believe. And with it's really detailed, and the fact you can get this in a £3.50 minifigure is incredible, because like on Bricks and Pieces, this would probably go for like a £5 or something. So yeah, a really cool accessory, easily the best Lego animal that's ever come in a CMF. And then even onto the actual minifigure is still really cool. He's got this massive sword with the shield printing on. As you can see, he's got a cloak with a face print. Other one looks like he's whistling to call for his wolf back. His cape is really furry. It doesn't feel like the usual Lego capes you get in CMF. Then obviously lifting up the back printing, as you can see here, he's got more detailing on the back than say the Pterodactyl, and you can actually see, and you can't even see it, which is really good. The chainmail design with the dual molding in gunmetal grey and brown is a really cool colour combination, as you can see there with the chain printing, if that's just focusing yet. Dual molded legs with the black and brown, just all looks really nice. And obviously he's got his wolf logo in the middle, which represents on the shield. But yeah, this minifigure easily had to be number one. I really liked it from release, and I do like these medieval castle minifigures, even though I don't actually have many of them. I think the only other ones I've really got from the CMF are the Ghost Knight, and most of the D&D ones, if you count them or not. But yeah, this minifigure is just really cool. Definitely easily the best CMF minifigure, and obviously the wolf is one of the best accessories ever gotten. So, that was the ranking. If you disagree with me, tell me your list in the comments down below. I'm always interested to see. And yeah, that's it for the video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.